Hello beautiful people, and welcome to another video. Last couple of weeks were very unusual when it comes to weather, as it's been raining on and off and more rain is still being forecast. We are not complaining by any means. It has truly been marvellous and the land loves it. No, there. Brilliant.
No? Let's eat.
Yeah. It reminded us of when we first moved to Portugal 5 years ago. The only difference was it was much colder then, and we were wondering whether we were in the right country. This video is slightly different, and I will take you on a little tour of my studio and show you a little bit of my art and the process. Growing food is also a big part of our daily lives, so an update is in order. Stay tuned for more relaxed content with some important self-care footage and of course homesteading. And the thunderstorm is coming again. It's not even 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and compared to this morning, you can see a little bit of blue at the back, but compared to this morning, it's very humid and heavy, and it's raining already, which is great. If you can see at the back, over there, you cannot really, almost can't see the mountains. Beautiful. With the rain being present almost every day, we had the opportunity to focus on some indoor jobs, such as tidying up the pantry or redecorating the living room. I have also spent some time reorganizing my studio, as it wasn't very user-friendly. I'm grateful for such space, however, some tweaking needed to be done. I have moved stuff around and created a much better working environment and setup for not only painting and crafting, but also for sewing and last but not least for relaxing. It also serves as a home gallery. We moved the mattress from downstairs up, so now one side of the studio is dedicated to reading and resting, as well as it's useful for when we have visitors, and Suki loves it too. Where do I begin? Yeah, that's a question. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna organize this, but I have to start somewhere and have a good idea. But it's all in my head, so we'll see how it's gonna pan out. The other side of the studio is now working very well as my workstation with everything close by. I repositioned the wooden crates, moved tables and all the supplies I have collected throughout the years. I have the most used supplies handy on the desk and also added some fairy lights for the ambience. Hey, and welcome to my new studio. I'm very excited. It took me 1.5 days, I'd say, overall. And yeah, I'm very excited because this is great. I've tried already. I've been sewing today already at the station, and I have organized everything. And it should really be effortless for me now. So the main corner with all the supplies I have is full of stuff, really, literally. So, okay, where do we start? Maybe under the window. I have some napkins in the box there for decoupage and all that. I've had them for years. Then I have some colouring books and raw wool in those 2 bags. The wool from our own sheep. And then I have some more other stuff there. So, okay, so this another corner. This is literally my fibre corner. As you can see, lots of wool there and boxes full. Sewing with different bits and bobs. When living this kind of life, farming, growing and keeping animals, you also need time to decompress and self-care. For Susanna, it means doing something she loves, such as making furniture, creating her own flower garden or digging a pond for wildlife. For me, it is about all things art and craft. Some of you may know I wasn't very well in the beginning of the year, and throughout the spring I started keeping a journal, and later I decided to create my first ever art journal. But before that I set myself a challenge for the whole month of February. It was called Show Up, and the objective was to create 1 small painting a day for the duration of the whole month. I cut 28 pieces of 10 by 10 centimeters square of mixed media paper and started creating. The point was to do it regardless of the weather or mental state. No pressure, no expectations, just showing up. And I did it. I created 28 mini paintings, of which some I gave away. This led me to another challenge. I believe when we challenge ourselves, we can achieve so much more. There are surprises on the way as soon as you step out of your comfort zone. So the next challenge didn't take too long to materialize, and thanks to my art journal journey, faces started to appear slowly. I was never too confident painting faces, but decided to give it a go. The challenge was born, to paint 100 faces. I look for inspiration on Pinterest and then paint my own interpretation of the face. I do look for strong emotions, interesting light or quirky features. Currently I'm working on my 31st face, and I have unexpectedly sold one which I had to carefully remove from the journal. It looks like I will need to start another journal in order to finish all 100 faces, but that's okay. I have plenty of journals I can choose from. Good morning, everyone. So another beautiful morning after like a big thunderstorm yesterday afternoon, which brought a lot of rain with it, and yeah, it's just it's amazing. So a little update on the pumpkins. As you can see, majority of them have recovered quite nicely, which I'm really pleased. But I have replanted new plants that I sown in the Polytunnel, and here they are. So, and I still have some more. We had to take some of the older pumpkins, or the first pumpkins, out because they were really they weren't doing anything. They were dying. So, but I suppose we're gonna have enough. I have wheelbarrow full of plants that need to be transplanted today, and yeah, even the tomatoes are doing pretty well, although they did look like they're not gonna make it. But yeah, I think the rain and the sun is helping a lot. Then the onions are doing exceptionally well this year because of the rain. Because normally they do struggle to begin with, because it's normally quite dry and hot. But there's a, I don't know whether you can see there, volunteer tomato plant. There's another one in between the potatoes. They are doing quite well as well. And here is my little experiment, the amaranth and quinoa. Amaranth is doing very well. It's growing very nicely. These are all these plants in a row, and the quinoa is not bad. Could be better, I suppose. But as long as we have a few plants that we can collect the seeds from and have enough for next year, that should be fine. The sunflowers have all come up here. As the flies, the flies are everywhere this year. The sorghum, it's a little bit of a different story. It's not much of it. So these plants, this is sorghum, but we don't have many. So I don't know. I might sow some more because I still have seeds, and sorghum likes hot and dry weather, which we didn't have, so I suppose that's why it didn't perform as well as the others. Yeah, so it's amazing morning. Yeah, the almonds are doing very well. These trees have been planted, as I said already before, I think 3 winters ago, or 2.5 years ago, and this year, first year, they're having fruit and they are growing like mad. So if you are looking for fast growing tree that you can harvest from, it's definitely an almond tree. I would recommend that. New Polytunnel resident. This lizard is quite adventurous. Sometimes, it lives here in the Polytunnel, and it comes out when I'm here, and then it's not really afraid at all. So, although this time it's at the bottom of the pot, but normally it just walks along these beams or planks, I should say. Anyway, so today I'm back in the Polytunnel and I have a lot to do. I have to repot. So these are aubergines. They have come up pretty well, but still it's quite cold for them outside, although I'm sweating, but well, I'm gonna leave them there. These are padron peppers. They're like small, maybe 5 to 7 centimeters long peppers, and they are great for frying or just eating raw. They are great. This is more echinacea I've sown from seed, so that's going well. Here I have lots of Brussels sprouts for this winter. They've come up really nicely. And here, this is New Zealand spinach, which is doing really well in this climate because it likes the heat, where normal spinach just wilts and goes to seed pods. So more salads to separate, more gherkins, of course. This is another experiment, which is quinoa, and more nasturtiums. I have 5 pots outside already. The cotton is doing pretty well. I think the best out of those 3 years I've tried. Here I have more meter-long beans and more gherkins, or I think these are salad cucumbers. And then this is amaranth next to it. More corn. And more nasturtiums again. But here, look, this is all waiting to be planted outside, but I won't do the same mistake as last time. I will leave it outside when it stops raining. I'll leave it in a shade to get accustomed to the sun, because here in the Polytunnel it's quite shaded. And I've planted these beans here. Yeah, so they're climbing up nicely. I need to water them. And today we bought sweet potato slips, which I'm going to have to put into the water for a week and wait for the roots to come out. Yeah, and most importantly, my second batch of pumpkins and squashes, which I have to repot today. So they've done pretty well, but the amount of flies everywhere, I don't know. Is it as bad where you are? Because here the flies are they are coming in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. It's incredible, really. So let me know, what pests are you fighting with or have to live with? So here in the wheelbarrow I have more sweet corn, so a whole tray of sweet corn. These are aubergines. They are pretty nice size already. And in these 2 pots I have New Zealand spinach and salads I need to plant out or transplant if I won't get eaten by flies first.
Sandwich.
Uh huh.